Yeah. So there are some people that there are some things you don't want. Just know your partner. And if you can know your partner, then you know what to do and how to serve the dishes. Let me read out another thing. Okay, now to the physical stuff of romance, like everyday surprises. I put something here called challenges of romance. You know, how do you show your heart to somebody you love? And how do you keep breaking your spouse's guessing machine? You know, how do you do that consistently? Now, it's pretty simple. I'll give a good example. I said the other time when I came that I have some sets, I have a couple that I adopted as my parents. I know they've been married for roughly about 21 years now, and they have a beautiful relationship, and the adoption was very deliberate. Now, I did something funny to him yesterday evening. I was leaving his office, his car wasn't there, so he requested that I should please wait and drop him back home. And then I said I wasn't sure I could wait because at that time it was about past 8. I live in Lekki Phase 1. So I said, I was at Bagada at that time. I'm not going to Lekki Phase 1. If you want me to wait, he was saying maybe at about 9 past 9. And I was like, oh, I usually don't like too late night driving, blah, blah, blah. So he said, oh, okay, you can go. But I saw in his heart that he wanted me to wait. Obviously, he didn't know how else to go home, and he's not a small man. So while I was driving out of his compound, I didn't have a release in my spirit to go. So I said, okay. So I was looking at a way in which I could manage the 1 hour that I had in between my waiting period on him. So I then said, oh, okay, there's somewhere where he buys suya and some smoothie, blah, blah, blah. And then I heard him while he was talking to his staff that he was hungry. So I said, oh, okay. So while I was waiting, I just went to the suya joint, bought some stuff. Then he drove back to his office. Obviously, he didn't know I was coming. So I just appeared at his office and was like, actually, how are you doing here? And I was like, oh, no. But I'll wait for you. And I just go do something to eat. And then he looked at me and said, aren't you just so sweet? And I was saying to myself, I said, what? How you doing? You know, and I just left. But you know, it's in the fact that somebody doesn't have to say something for you to know. For guys, for example, one of the love languages that we all have is act of service. Nobody wants to be cooking for a man who is always reading newspaper. I think that's a little unfair. Even if the highest you would do is to stay in the kitchen and be eating the plantain and the meat we are frying. Show some support. We don't mind. Just show some support. You know, in my relationship, it's a standard rule that if I'm cooking, that's my ex. If I'm cooking, I beg you in the name of God, just sit. Don't watch documentary at that time because that food will not be done. I will ensure it's not done. You just say, I thought there was food on fire. No, there's no food, there's documentary on fire. Is this thing we eat? Not because we can serve you, but you know, just show some support. At least bring your chair. Be stealing the plantain. You know, there's love in fighting. You know, if you are saying, leave it alone, hey, you know, there's love. And then at the end of the day, we will not even need to serve you. Maybe you have finished eating in the kitchen, but you will have finished everything anyway. So we just drink water and go. Hallelujah. Just go like that. But you know, it's that we can just do that. And then another thing is, those are ways in which you won't spend money on. Another thing we can do is, you guys are at home, you can dance. Just play songs and be dancing. You can dance, you can do a massage. You know, but something God taught me something. The moment when she was around, that her husband got in at that point, there was another thing she used to do that you will never see, she will never allow anybody to do, is that nobody ever served Pastor Taiwo when Pastor Taiwo was alive. Never. She had a rule. Never. There was one day, I used to work in their house. There was one day, Pastor Taiwo came to my office, he said I should help him get a bottle of malt. So I was feeling very, staff, there's a way we feel, hardworking staff. Especially when they are romancing you, that you are very hardworking. So I was feeling very hardworking with him. So I ran to the fridge, carried the bottle, everything. I was feeling like a wife material. I was very young. So I was carrying the thing, JJ like this. She just said, wait! I just stuck. I just threw. Where are you going? I said, Pastor, that was I want to serve my husband. She said that my husband like 4 times, as if she caught me cheating. So I now started defending myself. No, he came to my office to say he wanted to drink. She asked me, I said, I want to serve my husband. No, there was a way she was saying that to my husband. I was not feeling like a cheat. I said, no, I've not even entered anywhere. I mean, I was confused. She connected it very sharply. There's nothing to pass me. That's my husband, that's my husband. In my mind, I'm like, the next time, Pastor said, oh, he said water. There's no water. I'm not joking. No water. No water, no water. And it's not I'm not joking. You are laughing. It's not a joke. I didn't give you. I said, there's no water, sir. So. I said, so you know. Other water from the water source. I'm not joking. You know, and then when I go back home, I went to think. But it was a very beautiful rule. You know, because there are some witches who will serve husband with cleavage. If you are not careful. They will serve with cleavage. That one you are using polo shirts to cover. So people are opening it free of charge. It's even buy one, get one free. So you are better have rule. You don't go near the king if you are not a high priest. Very scriptural. You don't enter the throne room if you are not a high priest. You are not the wife. The position of a wife is a calling. It's not a missed call, it's not a text message, it's a calling. If you are not called, you are not called. It's not missed call, it's not voicemail. If you are not called, you are not called. Don't go near the high priest. You must go through some sacrifices, some atonement before you approach. Don't serve my husband anyhow, no. But you know, I had to put all those things in my head. And I had to tell myself that indeed, you know, very little things you can do that will put your spouse in the place of honor. Now to the other things, I also see that romance to a lot of people would be Valentine's, birthday, wedding anniversary. But it's supposed to be every day. A foot rub, a back rub. As somebody used to also say something. The moment the husband gets home, she removes the shoe, starts talking, hey, darling, how did your day go? She's pressing the leg, taking care of the leg, pressing the shoulder. Oh, that's my baby. That's, you know, ladies, you know, let's season our words with salt. And our mouth has to be good.
Yes.
Let good things flow from this stream of life, stream of love. You know, you are pressing his back and you're saying, how you darling, hope you are good. You play with his ear. What do you want to eat? Hey, that's my bubble. And you know, he's like, oh. You know, the home should be a place where your husband is running to, not running out from or running out of. It should be a place where, after fighting the whole world, he's coming to his resting place. Every man loves peace. You know, the Bible says that it's terrible to stay with a nagging woman. It's not even only terrible. You go and stay on the roof. You become a bed. You just stay. You just leech. Because there's one demon in your duplex. There are so many spouses who don't go home until their partners are asleep. Oh my, you're walling. The thief walkers in the night. 12-1. More than 10 on. They will just enter and back. You will not be tiptoeing. For 50 years, you will be tiptoeing. God forbid. No, but those are the realities that we see. I talk to couples every time. I was with a guy 4 days ago and he was lamenting. He called me and said he wanted to have a divorce. And then we needed to, I would listen first, then hand him over to marriage counselors and all of that. And then I was talking to him and he just kept on talking about his wife. You know, when he was done, you know, usually we do, we first of all diagnose, then we now tell them, we specify, then give them whatever we want them to do, blah, blah, blah. After he was done, I said, you know why I like you? You love your wife so much that she's a god. You have overburdened her with your expectations. She's just a woman. You never I said, this job description for a woman. Only God can do this. This is witchcraft, this is manipulation. And it will lead to suicide if you continue like this. They will kill yourself. I said, when last did you pray? And he kept quiet. I said, this job description belongs to one person. God, go and give him. I know the truth is, for somebody like him, he's been starved of love that he now wants everything from one person. Even the girl needs love. So now you are ignoring her own desires and needs. And you are belaboring her with all. She's even pregnant. With everything he said, I said, have you thought of buying her a car? Even if it's not a machine, just buy CAR.
What?
CAR, car. You know their machines, their instruments. The Range Rover, a G-Wagon, those ones are not castle. Porsche, it's like my own that is toy and all those kind of things. She's pregnant, she still bikes and enters buses, and you are still nagging. How many women will do that for a man? They will use speed, you won't know. You just say that you don't have children until you hammer. It's when you hammer, he gets pregnant. I said, and you know, but the reality is, we also don't sit down to look at it. It's very easy to fall in love, and it's also very easy to stay in love. If we communicate our needs, that we keep talking. The moment we stop talking, they communicate. And then one thing I tell every friend of mine is that I don't practice witchcraft. I don't do mind reading. If you expect me to know, I don't know. I can be very foolish. So don't be carried away that I'm very, very enough. The realest conversations you will have are the things you say. If you don't say them, I don't know. You know, the Bible says that even when you don't speak, God knows. No, I don't know. I'm not God. Neither am I attempting to take his place. What you don't say, I don't know. So, if you want it, say it. I know I'm not a man, I don't have erection. So, I don't have, and I'm very grateful. That's one thing I'm grateful for. I don't know. I don't know how people are grateful, but I'm grateful. Are you men grateful that you have? Very grateful. Very grateful. I'm happy for you too. But I'm grateful. Well, you know, let me paint a picture for every man. Let me tell you how a woman has sex. You know, the moment you know, for you, under 30 seconds, you are alright. But for us, we are coming out of different rooms. The moment you say you want to have sex, that's just information. We will then process it. In processing it, we first of all come out of that disturbance of office work. First of all, come out. We are still coming out of. Then we come out of motherhood. Then we come out of every other thing we need to come out of. We must come out of the room, lock the door, and then enter another room, lock. And while we are doing that, we are talking. When you say you want to have sex, that's the beginning of communication for us. Oh, really, how did your day go? And then you are like, oh, what's going on? I know in her mind, she's still processing the information. Hey, bros, calm down. Calm down. I'm not a goat. I don't know. I'm not on it. I need to come out of the room first. And they say, hey, how did your day go? I know you're already getting disturbed. I know. She may not necessarily say calm down, because she's expecting you to know that you first of all inform and then wait for outflows. And then it may take a while. That's why it's better to start in the morning. You know that, oh, she's dressing up, oh, you look really gorgeous. You know, there's some men that your wife or girlfriend will even do hair. You don't know until 2 weeks after. And then I say, did you change your hairstyle? Whatever you've been doing 6 months ago, you just cut at it. It's very funny. Like one of my friends told me yesterday, what happened to you here? The only thing I didn't say was that you are mad. I was very obsessed. You've been seeing me what happened to you? I took the last fruit of the spirit called long suffering. This last one, I knew that was the last. I just brought it out and I put it in my mouth. I fell down. Then I felt that my mind was, you are mad. What I have to. Then it didn't stop there. He now said, hey, and I've not noticed. I go, oh God. Oh God. Why you just shut up? Oh jeez. I was chewing long suffering patiently. God is wicked. He put patience, now put long suffering. I said, it was when I was getting. I mean, by the time he was going home, I was very happy. I know in his mind he came to see me, but he came to offend me. I'm telling you. I'm not joking. He came to greet a friend. But I would have preferred if he stayed at home. Because the picture I just painted was that he's not detailed. And those are the things women look for. That's romance. And it's a behavior. Somebody does hair, it's 2 weeks after. And I say, did you gel it? Hey, where did you do it? Oh, is that money I gave you? Oh, really? It's fine. And she's even planning to change it. That's why you are noticing. I know some guy, the moment they come out of salon, there are guys who say, and then she's bringing it to come and meet you. The glory. You now not say anything. In fact, the only thing we girls, we even like looking for trouble, not be touching. The only thing we are saying, when we do that, we touch hair a lot. You don't know. People don't know. When we wear new shoe, we cross leg. You don't know. What are you talking about? It's only Bible, you know. Ephesians 3:20. When we wear new shoe, we cross leg. You can't cross leg with a shoe that has a problem. There are some shoes you wear that you can't kneel down. When pastor says you should kneel down, you won't kneel down. You understand? There are some shoes you can't kneel down. When you do nail, when we fix nail, there's a way we act. That's when you see that any little thing we use our hand. Oh no. Just look at the nail and say it's fine. That's the end. That's the only reason for the advance. Go. Thank you. Even when you don't have to use hand, we use it. When we wear a new dress, you will see us walk up and down like pestilence. Like this is just compliment for the sake of peace. I'm telling you the truth. We just need just the body you work out. That's when we wear new dress. That's when we remember. We can go and greet 5 people at the same time. They must see the givenchy. You can't waste it. You can't wear it and sleep at home when you are not crippled or blind. And then when we use Mary Kay and Mark, appreciate it. It's very expensive. It's not a gentle powder. Just pretend I like your face. Pretend. You don't have to mean it. Just say it. One day you will mean it. Your heart will catch up with your mouth. Say it first. Say it. Don't let heart, mouth, lip service. Let it start. Heart will join. Start with lip first. Pretend. Those are the things unbelievers know. Unbelievers are better scopers. When they scope you like this, you will see God. The day the man gives his life, Christians will do ogun to marry him. Born again, let the bunch enter one church now and give his life. All the single girls will go. They will join choir. Let them give their life. The voice they used to hear before, they don't even need the voice of God. That the man gave his life is a voice of God already. God has spoken. Since I've been praying. Christian men, please, we beg you. When we are going out, we don't need baggy jeans and shades. Just it's good to use perfume, cologne. It's good to smell well. It's good to use mouth fresheners. And we shouldn't be talking to you and be waving or weaving. We want to talk, we just do like want to head. There are some things that just must be in place. That we smell well. It's a fruit of the spirit. Smell well, smell well. There's a sweet smelling sample. It's a fruit. There's a sweet smelling sample. You can use the view. People who don't pour water. You're not in boarding school. Bath, bath. Don't be pouring water and escaping from bathroom. We are not a child. Have your bath. What time? Come out and look like a monk. So that when we introduce, they will not be thinking with me. There's people who will introduce that you don't know. Papa Deboye was in our church. He said he has one friend that anytime he enters a place that there's AC, anybody Papa Deboye entered. A whole papa can feel God the AC. It will be very easy to hear the voice of God. To hear God on a bike is powerful. Even when God wants to say anything, say the helmet and stop the transmission. That's the same way it is easier to kiss fresh mouth. It is easier. It is easier to kiss somebody who is well dressed. Always on point. It's good to be on point. The Holy Spirit is a spirit of excellence. And excellence is full all around. Look good. It's good. Even in your sleep. You know, some people sleep and they look like angels. My mother is one of them. In my mother's sleep, she's smiling. I'm not telling you. If you enter my mom's room when she's sleeping, just tap her like this is a smile. When you have to ask, and you don't go. I mean, you don't fight in your sleep. Always smiling. And it's beautiful. It doesn't take away anything to smile. Even me myself, I need to be smiling more. But it doesn't take anything. Let me read out the final thing and we'll go to question and answer.
Break.
Okay. Still under the breaking of spouses getting machine. I said something here for ladies that men love subtle seduction. Can we, one thing that I tell my girlfriends before they get married is, before you get married, go and change your underwear, your closet, change everything, your laundry, everything, change it. Just wear them at home. When you're at home, it's not a time to wear polo shirts, kaftan. There's some things that when you wear like this, even the Holy Spirit will just stay at the door. He doesn't even want you to disturb him. He's even bothered at your appearance. Just let's say the Beyonce skill in your house. Don't bring it out, just keep it. We don't want to sit outside. Just keep it. Why are you afraid of wearing bomb shorts? It's you and your husband. Those are the bomb shorts that you will be wearing as unbelievers. So be shaking. They now gave you certificate to shake it. Now go and keep it. Now all of a sudden, now said, I'm married to Jesus. Jesus is not interested in marriage. He doesn't need you to marry. Just go to heaven. That's what he's looking for. He doesn't want to marry you. He went single. If he doesn't marry you because he's interested in marriage. He's not interested in marrying you. It's not. No angel is interested. Just marry your spouse. No angel. Marry to Jesus. Any little thing you are praying. Calm down. Calm down. Before people have been praying before you, they will pray after you. You are not the key to prayer room. If you don't pray, God do what? It doesn't have to be you alone praying. Let's understand some dynamics and be pretty flexible. Christian marriages are in danger because we are stuck with the old times. the same place of sleeping together, the same place of, to even go out on dinner date or watch a movie looks very unbelieving. Instead of going to cinema to watch movie, oh my Mr. and Mrs. will be on 500 naira. Go and watch it. Very dry. Lucky wives. In fact, they will not even buy, they will not open YouTube. Honey, why will not YouTube now? YouTube love. Can you just dress up, back up, and drive there? You know what you are driving, you are engaging. And then while you are at the cinema, the cinema there's power in light, oh. Yeah. Come, if you are man, you don't go and put this kind of bubble. It's not a library, it's a bedroom.
It's not your room.
They don't read. I tell my friends, if you have any book in your room, you are a witch. Go to study room to read your Bible. Go and read your Bible in the study room. Don't bring spirit here. God is in the bedroom too. Keep your Bible. Before you now go to Revelation when the guy is touching you. The guy will just sit. He will just interpret. He will not look like a devil. There are some things that should not be. Even sometimes I tell them, couples, please take your TV away. And your gadgets. No, there's a way you can be talking to somebody and you are thinking. It's very rude. Do that as a guy. All my friends.
We all do it.
Well, no, I'm not. I don't do it. Anywhere I'm going, my phones are in the car. No matter where. I don't want to know which money now. What is it back? No, it must be. When you are with someone, you must give the person your attention. Attention is beautiful. Everybody craves it. What that interprets is, I esteem you above every other thing, so I'm going to listen to you. And if you have to use your phone, kindly use the word excuse. Oh, sorry, can I quickly take this phone? So, when a person is talking, you are pinky. It's very rude. Rude to everything, rude. And it can spoil a mood. You are gisting out, just chat, or you just pick a random call. Those are the little things we need to watch out for. From relationship to marriages, just the little things. I've seen people fight over things that they are not supposed to fight over. Very funny. From how to use toothpaste to how to greet me the morning. Very funny things. And the standard rule is every man loves to be respected and honored. And every woman loves myself.
Yes.
I'm not allowed in the bedroom. There are lights for the library and for the house of God, like Gigi's place. Gigi's place is not your room. There are colors of lights, like blue, red. Colors also change. You will enter and it will be very bright. All things bright and beautiful. And there are some places you will enter and you will just be angry. Paint a room orange, for example. It's very colorful and has fun. Paint a room black. It deadens, or white. People don't know that as tiny as colors are and all of those things, they're just not working. We're not putting them well. From colors to sound, to the kind of bed you sleep on, to your bed sheet. Silk doesn't make you sleep together well. No silk, have you? You just need to pay attention to some stuff. To your bathroom. Your bathrooms must have shower. It's beautiful to shower together. Just the same way it's beautiful to fellowship together. Don't go and put just bathtub. If it's bathtub, put something just sexy. And then even your bed sheets, let it be very inviting. Don't go and put all those your teru or yard. Do pillow. There are some pillows that the only thing you can do with those pillows will be to throw it at each other. I love you. How are you all on long pillows? So that you like they put cement or sand inside. Like just some pillows that the only thing you can use. So see how she doesn't feel amazing like things. That's the only thing you can use those pillows for. I will end with this. I have a friend who, in her room, she has two different chairs in her room, color red and color green. Now they have a rule in their house that when they have issues, they must settle it before they sleep. I think that's very beautiful also. When you have issues, please just settle it. And when you are settling it, there are two things to look at. Leave the personality out of it, solve the issue. If I'm fighting with you, we have an issue. Let's face that issue, not you. Because at the end of the day, people live that stuff and then fight each other. Then the issue is there unresolved. But at the end of the day, they are no more together. They didn't solve it and it has dissolved them. So color red and color green, very significant. Now, when and the other person sits on the green, and the other rule they had was they would ensure that when one person is talking, you don't talk until the person finishes. No matter what you want to say. I know that's very beautiful also. You don't cut in between somebody's speech or whatever the person is saying. And they do that, and then they shuffle and blah blah blah. And then one day the two of them went out. I think they went for an event, something happened.
No, I freeze it.
In their mind, the husband was driving, the wife was there. In their minds, they couldn't wait to get home so that they would sit on those chairs. They had another rule that they don't talk about anything until they get to the bedroom. And I think that's beautiful because some people treat their spouses mess up outside. It's not nice, it's not cute, it's not sexy. You just want to say something and then especially when there's a third party. Nobody should just know. So at the event, they were bottling up the issue. They just wanted to talk. So while the husband was going home, in the husband's mind, he couldn't wait to go and sit on the red chair. In the wife's mind, she couldn't also wait because the two of them wanted to treat each other. So the moment they approached the street, the woman had removed her seatbelt. As if she wanted to jump out. She had removed the seatbelt. The guy was still driving. But the guy had a challenge. He didn't know, if he enters the compound and he parks, the woman will come out first. So I think it's been calculating, blah, blah, blah. I don't know. So he now didn't get to their house. So he just stopped at maybe one house before it. So the woman was wondering why he was parking or something. So just removed his belt and was walking into the house. I'm not joking, true life. I know it was when he was walking through into the house, the woman started laughing. Where is he going? Why will he not park on the road like that? So she couldn't come out immediately because she was shocked. She then didn't see the guy now. So she locked the car, took the key, then was going to look for him. Then she just saw him on the red chair. Then she started like, wow. He said, and when he was now talking again, he now started laughing. But it was so funny that just a chair can help you end an argument. Because at the end of the day, the two of them were not angry again. Because she was laughing from outside, at the fact that all right, and he also got and the moment he saw her laugh, he just started laughing. Like seriously, I had to park. But those are just tiny things that can help out. Yeah. If we take our time to really discuss in our relationship and let each other know that, if we have an issue, please let's settle it before we go home. And let's always remember that we love each other, but we must settle the issues. But they're just some tiny things. I want you to look beyond the fact that it's just not you, it's not a stressful thing, it's just not you and your spouse. It's about you, your spouse, your children, and the society as a whole. It's about everyone. Everyone. A girl should see her father and see her father as a hero. She should be able to say, Daddy is my best friend. Or Daddy is the first man that I ever loved. A girl should also see her mother and see a praying mother. She should see a role model. She should see her mother and say, I want to be like my mom. How many girls can say that? How many guys can say that? I think it is high time we said no to so many things that we think we know. I see some people who, before they got married, they thought they were going to do it better, but it was obvious that they also weren't even learning. It's so easy to think that you will be a good wife. It's so easy to think you will be a good woman, but I think it's a lot of work. I think it's something we must deliberately learn how to do. It's not guesswork. Staying and sticking with someone for over 50-something years. I asked my parents later on about why they had to divorce, and my mother said something. She got married at 26. I think my dad was a little above 30 or whatever. No, he was 27. Yeah, a year difference. I know there was something she said. She said, as at the time he had stroke, she never expected that their marriage was going to be cut short. My father was a medical doctor, very rich. My mother was doing well. And the moment that happened, what then happened was my father stopped being a breadwinner. And the hero my mother used to see was not the hero in her mind because he was now on a wheelchair. But you know, maybe if she knew better, she would know that, oh, this guy would be a hero whether he's on a wheelchair or not. No matter what happens, it looks like it's simple to say, but I think these principles are fundamental. Whether you fail or not, you are still a Christian. That's just a fundamental rule. No matter what happens to you, you are still a Christian. No matter who dies, you are still a Christian. I remember when Pastor Bimbo died and everybody was like, before she died, some people knew. And you know, I remember that time when it didn't take some people by surprise that she died. And I was part of them. And you know, and somebody was asking me, I was a pastor back in school. I've been a pastor since I was 17. You know, and then somebody was asking me, oh, she loved God so much, she just died like that. And I said, she didn't die like that. God knew she was coming home. For people who were close to her, Pastor Bimbo lived a life that looked like she was so much in a hurry. Everything about her was on high speed. She was always accelerating. You would be wondering why it looked like there was no break. I mean, Pastor Bimbo's schedule was so heavy and thick that one PA couldn't handle it. There were like 7. For you to know how tough her schedule was. She was the preacher, she was the wife, she was the mother, she was a lover of God. I remember her last birthday, she sold all her gifts and handed over the money to church. She was a reckless giver. And she loved God with reckless abandon. And I said something that if you can love God with reckless abandon, then you can love your spouse. Because the truth would be, it is no more what you do to me, it's about the eyes that I see. And the eyes in which I see you. I see you through someone. God told me one thing one day. I pray for my clients a lot and we fast for them. And God told me one thing one day when we were praying. He said, the people who have issues when their spouses cheat are people who, the reason why they have issues are, they keep saying, you cheated on me, you cheated on me, you cheated on me. Very selfish. God said, they are not even after the fact that he cheated on him too. Because before you cheat on a woman, you have cheated on God if you are born again. Something has gone wrong. And that thing that has gone wrong is what I need to help you sort right, or else you will go to hell. Now, in as much as it is very painful that you cheated on me, there's a greater reality. That it is not just about me. You will keep doing this thing because something is wrong now. But for you to see it like that, you must see your spouse through the eyes of God. You must know that you cannot love, you don't have the capacity to love. Don't forget it. Everyone I tell, whether they are 48% of my clients are Muslims, and I tell them, I'm a pastor, one, number 2, I'm very born again. You know, there are some that are pastors, they're not born again. I don't know. Me, I'm very different. I said, you don't have the capacity to love. The only reason why you can love is because there's a God in you. So if you don't keep tapping into that source, it will be very natural to walk in hatred. Because naturally, we are selfish people. Love is sacrifice. You can think, I left Lekki at about 2 o'clock. Now, trust me, just like Papa D said, before I get out of my office, I've gotten an alert. You know, but I didn't know how far it was to this place. So I was like, the last time I came there was a bit of hold up. And coincidentally, I got here like 3:15. And I was saying to myself that, on this free job, but you know, it's not about the money, it's about the love I have for God. I would never turn down an invitation because of money. Even if they don't allow me to go from the office, I would initiate that I go. I would rather tell them that, okay, they called me as a pastor than as MOR. I will turn you to just change it. What I'm trying to say is, as we sit here today, if we do not love God, we can't love anybody. It will be very easy to divorce. Very easy. It's express way to divorce. Very, very easy. This spouse you want to sleep with or do anything with, you haven't successfully had friendships, you can't tolerate a roommate, you can't do something, even your colleagues, you are always fighting. Relationship, the rules are very simple. Very simple. Now, the difference will be that you are stuck with somebody in a covenant, not a contract. And then you have to honor it. Then you have to do everything. Enough of the fact that people are saying, I'm tired, I need to jet out. What kind of generation says I'm done? Done what? In the days of our grandparents, we knew what love was. My grandparents were married for 53 years. And my grandmother was blind all through. I'll say that again. I knew my grandmom as blind. I don't know when she started the journey, but I knew her as blind. But they were married for 53 years. My grandfather would never eat breakfast before reading his Bible. My grandfather will read his Bible before eating. He says the spirit first, then the body. When you tap into the spirit realm, it is easy to flow in love. My grandma was blind all through. They were leaders and elders in deeper life. When they go for camp, they used to go for retreat 3 days. My grandfather would stay in his room. My grandmother would stay in her room. At that point, they used to hold me as handbag. I just used to love God anyhow. And they would take me. When they are going to camp, my grandfather will leave his room. He died at 80. Yeah, she died at 81. He will leave his room, come and pick her and hold her like this. And they knew them. They were a brand in deeper life. If you know what it is to love a blind woman, I don't know what revelation somebody can have that you can fall in love with a blind man. I don't know. I'm not that deep, but I don't know the revelation yet. I'm very humble and I'm confessing. But that's another level of love. If you know what it is to fall in love with somebody that's not seen you before, then you see that love is not a feeling or through what you see. Cobham has never seen his wife, but he's happily married. Do you know that getting married to that kind of person has put a stop on your own life halfway? Because she's managing him forever. That's another level of love. Do you know how many guys would have been chasing her? She wasn't from a problem. It was Adeboye and his wife that joined the two of them. For Adeboye to be at your wedding, you are not a small person. Yes. It was him that joined them. So for that lady to have opened her eyes to fall in love, and they've been dating for a while, it wasn't when it became Cobhams. So it is beyond the paraphernalia of what we all do. It is beyond it. But I leave it to get to the question and answer. I think it's time for a break.
Okay. While we take a break, we're going to be seeing a short clip. Are you ready? Let's just use it.
Not like why? It's at the plug at the wall. It's at the plug at the wall. That socket is touching. The socket is touching. Have you watched the video? That's what I want.
Okay, during this session, we'll just serve refreshment, allow everyone to breathe, and she'll be back again this time around to respond. She'll be on the hot seat, more relaxed this time around, and responding to questions. Now, I know that it's difficult to capture. Oh, Emma, you know Tebelu? You already mentioned his name. I know that means in the house. Oh, that's good. On which platform? Speakers. It has to be. So, while that is going on, we'll take our ice cream. We'll just watch this, and then we'll return to come and respond to our questions. Okay.
Just go here and press pin. Or press switch on.
No sound. No sound. No sound.
Oh, yeah. Wait, no.
That was just a full screen. Most of us did not realize that it was a prank. He was acting, but the father was real. All right, so you can just be here. If you have your questions, the people, the moderators. If not, they have already prepared for you. So she will know. We don't have all the time right now, so we need to manage all the time that we have. And if there's anybody that wants to make a contribution online,
I think we can know their questions online. But nobody's online.
well, let me ask my own first question. When we're planning for this meeting, one of the questions that we debated, one of them had to do with some people were of the opinion that being romantic or romance, there are people that are based on their background, family background, the way they have been wired, their family upbringing, they are already wired to be romantic. That why some people are not. Like one of us was saying that at a certain time in her life, she started cultivating her university, but when every time she ends a call with her sister, she says, "I love you." So it was just, and it was trying to ask us that how many of us can say I love you to your sister. And I look at myself, I've never said I love you to my own blood sister. It sounds very strange, to go and say something I love you. You know, so he said, but now it has become enough. So I'm looking at it that some people say, look, this romance thing is not an African thing. In my family, I was not brought up this way. You know, there are some people in their family, they greet themselves, they hug, they kiss, they are affectionate. Some people return to Israel, that's their kind of background. So now you are now in a love relationship. You are not naturally wired to be romantic, and the other person needs this romance. So the other person is demanding that it should be. When I'm saying that, I'm saying that is it possible for romance to be learned? You know, is it possible for you to learn it? But I'm just saying that that romance thing is not my thing. I'm not wired that way, and I can't fake it. If it's not real, it's not real. What advice do you give to people like that? And a good number of us grew up in families where it's not our thing. We have never said, "I love you." Your parents have never told you they love you. I've never said so to your parents. You cannot even imagine, like some of us are wondering, I can't imagine even telling my food that up and I because I love you. You may touch me again. Are you sure? You know, and then when this kind of people get into a relationship, and you have to tell your wife, "I love you," you marry wife and you have to say, "I love you," everything. But it's not your thing. You know, is there a way these things can be learned? And what are these specific practical ways to unlearn and to get these things into you if you don't have it naturally?
Okay, thank you. One thing I know very well is nobody was born romantic. Romance is learned. Nobody. In as much as our backgrounds differ, like I heard him say over and over again that, oh, it's not your thing, you weren't brought up that way, it's not your thing, you weren't brought up that way. I agree. But what I hear from that is self-concentration. It's not my thing. It's not my thing. It's not my thing. Love is always about the other person. The reality is, even when Jesus wanted to die, we saw that it was very painful. We saw that he thought over it and he brooded over it. But at the end of the day, he said, "Nevertheless, let your will be done." Love is always about the other person. Nobody was born romantic. Even those ones that look like, oh, in their houses, or maybe they were shown love more and all of those things. Yes. But the other part is, we can all learn, and it's very simple. Romance starts from you just showing love and showing care. I don't think we need any extra lessons on just showing that we care. In as much as you don't say, I love you, I love you, I love you, you can act it. Act it out first till you get to saying it. If it's difficult to say it, first of all, act it. Let the person know that you think of him or her. There's a way you can be in the office, your wife leaves the house or your girlfriend leaves the house or something, and then she's at work, and then you call her up at about 11 to work, and then she just says, oh, what's up? Oh, no, I'm just checking. How are you doing? Have you eaten? Just that simple question, have you eaten, is a question of care. It's that simple. Have you eaten? Oh, you have not. Oh, it's what will you eat? Are you going to send someone to get food? Just ask. You are not going to send the food down, but you are just asking. So we can afford to deliberately, just like he said, oh, what practical steps? Okay, I have a CD with me. It was a Valentine program event at Rental with Fumi Akingbade. She spoke about secrets of the bedroom. Then Joke and Olu Jacobs did a renewal of vows and all of that. I think it's a DVD. Priya, how much is it? It's 1,000 naira. It's a DVD. Now, this is the first time we're actually selling it. Usually we give it out. I don't have free copies or something. But trust me, Secrets of the Bedroom, renewal of vows with Olu and Joke Jacobs, Fumi Akingbade is something you need to hear. We cannot say it in one day, but trust me, it's something you need to hear. It's something we should cultivate, just showing love. What practical steps? Okay, I remember when I started this journey, and then just like I said about my background, my siblings were just strange people who were just living together, blah, blah, blah. But because I decided that, oh, okay, let me just go out of my way to show some love. Then at home, I would just ensure that they knew I was the first person to give my life to Christ in my house. And it was very difficult because I was even the last born. When you give your life, then that's when the devil unleashes on you. As the last born, everybody in the house will eat. They'll just drop plates. They used to worship before. But the moment I became born again, they saw worship plates. Like part of being born again is worship plates. And the thing used to pain me. And then my brother had one very bad habit. If he wants to eat, he can use like 4 plates. Just to show me, he can put rice, stew, meat, plantain. He will use one. Initially, he used to use one. He will wash it. But when I became born again, he used to use like 4. And then, the thing is, initially I used to talk and talk and talk. And, I would not wash it. They will be angry. But later when I just started, I'll just calmly wash it and just go. I didn't like it, but I had to do it. I just used to do it. And then, they saw that I was no more complaining. He would do everything to frustrate me. Now, his cousin started living with us. And, in less than 1 week, she and my brother wanted to fight. And then my brother was talking about. So when I just looked at her, I said, like, I've told people that I can't marry any devil again. I've seen the devil. I've dwelt with one. It's not devil in the physical, but he's sent. One day I told him, I'm not suffering with daily uncle. Like seriously, I can't finish it here. But I just used to look at it. Very funny things. You can put food in the fridge, you will just go and eat it. And if you say what it is, you say the fridge is a common place. The next question is, sure, what way? Is it that you don't know who put something there? But no, I'll just keep quiet. Or you put your food, he eats the meat. He has eaten his own, no? You don't eat the meat. And it's not as if you can't talk. But these are just practical steps of showing that, what? I'll just show that I care. I'll just show that I love. I love you may even be far away. But let's start by acting it. Then our speech will catch up with our attitude. Let's just start first and then we'll see it along the line.
Thank you very much. More questions? Okay, Kristen. Let me hear you.
Hello? Okay, I have a question. When it comes to this kind of romance kind of setting relationship, there's normally 4 kinds of rodents.
I remove you from here.
Well, okay, the males. There's the married male, single male. married female, single female. Now, those are the arguments. I notice whenever they're talking about romance, all those things, you hear a lot of advice to guys, married men, single men. There's also advice for ladies, married ladies, but they ignore one set, single ladies. Can't they also be romantic? Can't they be proactive? Are they all do they because women, people are affected by culture, bandwagon behavior. And I notice a lot of ladies are affected, just like everybody else, affected by bandwagon strategy. They know they want to do this thing, but it's not the culture. So that you should advise those ladies or my ladies how they also can be romantic. It's not they shouldn't always be on the receiving side. Thank you.
Okay, now this is Occupy 101. He's occupying for the men, and I think I agree with him. Like I tell the ladies, for example, Valentine's Day, I see that guys spend more. It looks like the men are the ones doing the Valentine and the women are wanting to receive. But I'm sure that our generation is different, isn't it? No. Ladies, isn't it? Okay, no, but I think we should. Let's plan more surprises. Let's take guys out more and pay for their food. Can we take them to the cinemas? It's nice. She says, what's his position in your life? Now, the first thing is, your boyfriend is not a provider.
Thank you.
He's not a father. He's just a boyfriend who needs love. He shouldn't be a provider, is he? Well, they don't provide for some people. He shouldn't be a provider. Now it's good to give, but I think it's also good to give these guys. Just tell them, buy a suit, buy a jacket, buy perfume, take him out, give him a full body Swedish massage treat. Just do something really nice. Yes, can you just take him out and pay for food, pay for lunch or dinner? Something really nice. Just send maybe Chinese to his office or something. No, I think I need to be your friend so that you will know. But trust me, I think we should. Eh? How? No, that's not the reality. But I'm saying that it should be.
Yes,
No, we're changing. No, we can start now. We're not wicked people. We love you. We love you. Trust me, we do. We love you. We can start today. We can start now by just getting home and just giving a call and letting you know. And then tomorrow we surprise you. No, trust me, we're changing.
okay.
It's not the reality, but we're changing. We're improving.
I totally agree with you.
These men are angry. You have mercy. We are changing. We are changing. As you believe, faith is the substance of things hoped for, evidence of things not seen. We are changing.
Okay. Well,
What is that stake for you?
No, we are
What
changing.
is that stake for you if you don't do it?
We are changing. We are changing.
praise the Lord.
But you know we love you now.
I stand up. Okay.
Praise the Lord.
Unlike how Julu said, it's not our thing. But in my own family, it was our thing to be very emotionally connected. I can pick up my phone and talk to my brother. Like when I traveled away and they call me up and I'll just talk to them at the end of the conversation and say love you, and they'll just say I love you too. That kind of thing. We are tight like that. The question I have is it possible you could be too romantic and get a negative result? Because I personally got getting negative results in the sense that I'm just saying my own personal experience. Okay, for instance, as a girl I was dating, and I'm the kind of person that I pay attention to detail. If we are taking a walk and my ex was looking at a pair of earrings for too long, or a bangle, or a dress, or something, I'll just have a mental note of it, and later on I'll go back. If it's something I can afford, I'll buy it quickly, but if not, I'll look for something a little bit cheaper but similar and just get it and keep it. and I wait for her birthday. Okay, her birthday usually, let's say it's on the 27th of October. From the first, let's say, from the 1st of October, she gets a gift. One of the things she has probably looked at. Then during that week, first, each week she gets something. Either something, text message saying how much she means to me and saying happy birthday and all that, or or the gift, So she probably gets about 4 different gifts within that month. And on the day of her birthday, she gets a proper gift and maybe a cake or outing. Relax now. Stop. So at the end of it, I don't.
So interesting.
That one.
So the situation was even on her birthday. Then I always pull a surprise in the sense that even after her birthday, she thinks okay, that's all ended. But after her birthday, so the whole month is her birthday. You understand? My plan was this is how I start. If we get married, I'm going to do more. You understand? So now. One of the reasons she said she broke up with me, she said that I was too nice, I was too kind, I was too romantic, I was too good to be true. 1 month in a year. Yeah, so she said I was too good to be true. That she felt that I was just pretending. Then after we get married, but I did that consistently for 4 years. And she was like I said, if I was going to change 4 years, I would have changed. I would have stopped it maybe after year 1. Yeah, so my question is it possible? If I tell you some of the things I didn't use spend money at all. So my question is it possible to be romantic?
Okay, one house, please. One house. I honestly don't think that it's possible to be too romantic. What I, however, think is that maybe she has some issues she needs to deal with. So she's not capable of receiving your love. So it doesn't necessarily have to be with you. It may be with her. Some people are not used to being loved. They are not used to. It's not their fault, quite frankly. If your background wasn't a loving background, and then somebody is showing you love, it's very strange. Some people don't even believe that they are capable of getting married to a good person. They just don't think that they are good enough. So I've never heard that anybody is too romantic. And then the reality is I've not also seen any normal thinking lady, a sane lady, who says my husband is too romantic. I haven't met any. I haven't met any. I have over 350 clients from everywhere. I haven't met any. Instead I see people who they can say my husband is too soft, he's too this, but not too romantic. Because this romance we're talking about is not natural for men. It's more natural for a woman to be romantic than a man. It takes a man a whole time to love. And then when they love, they now love deeply. So it's not so when you get to this point, it's not a point where every man gets to. You that you are doing 30 days a week or a month birthday. Some men can't even remember the birthday. You are doing from Independence Day to 30th or 31st. You are a supernatural being. You don't exist, you are a spirit. That's why the Bible says it that is from above is above only. So I don't think it's a you issue. I think it's just her that she's just not used to something. That's the same way some guys. I've seen a guy who told me before that you're too good to be true. And then I'm not sorry for him. He says I'm too good to be true. I'm not sorry for him because I don't know what his background is, but maybe he's had issues with some girls, and then he's always had those issues. Coincidentally, I have outgrown those issues. I'm not better, but I've outgrown them. Most likely, I still have my stuff. And then he says that, and then I'm like, oh, okay, that's fine. And I will not change because of that. Will I now adapt to his unbelief or insecurity?
Time is done. Don't touch it. Time here, go and meet mommy and ask mommy what to eat so that I can go to bed. That was why I came to you yesterday. That was why I came to you yesterday. Can I go and ask mommy?
Probably best not to change it with it for me. I think we'll stick with what we got. You would suggest that would be the 11 that we do a job today. If it pressed me, gone over to obviously sorted out and been very inside, very disfollowed. But I think it's been totally brilliant. I really do. I think right. The only thing that I would suggest is maybe defensively there's the odd weakness here and there about how high they play. But in general, I think that the team play their movement almost unplayable against them. I think teams have found it very difficult to play against them. It's proved that certainly in the semi-final against Brazil. Close to all this is I've got a clue who's going to win. I don't actually we don't all want to win. I don't know. I know it's one of those games that well, Germany have been the best decided the have relied on individualism. They've got that in them with Messi or Higuain and that sort of thing. They don't look like a well sort of drilled team. It's like give it to the individual. I think with some Lowe has been brilliant the way he's changed things around. It's very difficult sometimes in a tournament to change your team so you don't get rid of it. He's put Kadira and Swanson midfield change. Lars now playing at right back where